Now, funny enough, not only did they compete against each other in the past, they just realized that pretty recently. That's how active both of these guys are. Their competitors are just faces oftentimes. It was after this match was made that they're like, wait, we did face off in the past, didn't we? And I'm sure at that point it was all about revenge for Perkins.
And I'm sure in this region, and I mean, honestly, all over, jiu-jitsu competitors compete at the same tournaments all the time. You're bound to run into each other. I know for females specifically, you end up competing against the same person quite a bit, 2-3 times.
And when you are of the elite, you're just going to be crossing paths, whether it's at the Chicago Open, the Nashville Open, whether you're at the Europeans and IBJJF. Any one of these guys, including our referee, Mark Vivas, they could all cross paths because that's just kind of what happens as the cream rises to the top, right?
I know for me, inside the MMA community, it's a lot like that. You go to the local shows, you see everybody, you get to know the commission guys. You don't really commingle with the judges, of course, but you do get a sense of who everybody is.
And I think what's really fun about that is oftentimes you get to see storylines get created and unfold before your eyes as rematches happen. People that face off as blue belts, face off as black belts. Later on tonight, Justin Seberg taking on Mark Miller. That's a fight that was supposed to happen in MMA 15 years ago. It's just sort of the storylines that get created inside this world. So much fun to see these two squaring off, though, underneath these bright lights for their rematch.
I like that tight waist from half guard that Buckner has. It really allows him to keep that pressure going, although just as I say that, Perkins creates some space with those legs. Now Buckner trying his hand at the standing passing.
That body lock that Hayden keeps the whole time. That Buckner's keeping the whole time. You can just tell, as we mentioned earlier, the shoulder blades of Perkins are being kept completely flat, and you know it's a result of that body lock. Very difficult to become offensive from the bottom as long as somebody has that strong vice lock.
It's one of those positions that really transfers well from MMA to jiu-jitsu, which I'm a huge fan of, obviously.
Now, Kyle, as I mentioned, one of the leaders over at Real Movement Martial Arts, along with Joey and a lot of their other game competitors traveling at any given point all over the world to compete. There, a beautiful transition to a leg lock. If you know anything about the game of Kyle the Dog Perkins, you know he's got fantastic leg locks. How quick was he to lace up that entanglement there, Jessica?
He created space and immediately capitalized on it. That's what you want to see, and especially at this level.
But with that being said, once that explosion happens, well, now Buckner's going to be minding his P's and Q's that much more moving forward, I'd imagine, you know? So if you're Kyle, you're like, ooh, I got to make that happen again, but that's a lot easier said than done.
It's going to become harder and harder, especially if you're on the bottom. Buckner's going to get tighter and tighter with that body lock. He's going to start taking less risks, applying more pressure, because he's now realized that anytime he creates space, Perkins is going to get those legs in and go for attack.
It's that download period you were talking about earlier, right? He's been through it. He sees what's working, what's not, and now he takes those tools and works with those.
They've literally, both of them have done variations of the same pathway 3 times now. Just slightly different variations to see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it takes the keen eye of somebody like yourself
I love it.
To catch on that. Little gamesmanship along with.
Just being comes from years and years of being a good partner on the mat.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes you just got to grab your partner by the ankle and drag them across the mat. It's just part of being a good partner.
You don't want him to get run over. You don't want him to fall off the edge. It's good etiquette.
At least on the jiu-jitsu mats it is, right?
In the right context,
Elsewhere,
yes.
not so much. That butterfly hook there of Kyle Perkins, I think is going to be very important, right? It's a matter of what is he going to do with it and how is Buckner going to make sure it doesn't come into play. Oh, wow. If you blinked, you missed the fancy knee work there of Buckner to weave his way out of that leg, that
Buckner
butterfly
said,
hook, and into
no
side
more
control.
butterflies, and again, push right back into it.
Just over a minute remaining here in regulation.
Easier said than done, but I'd like to see Perkins a little bit more active with that top butterfly. It was kind of wasn't volunteering as much effort as I would have liked to have seen. Maybe it could have helped him off balance Buckner a little bit better.
The way Hayden just stepped back into the guard of Perkins lets you know he feels fine there. You know, that's a place not a lot of people want to be, inside the guard of somebody like, you know, Kyle Perkins. But with the experience of Buckner, potentially with that match already underneath his belt in the past, you saw him step right back into the guard for the last minute.
Well, again, I mean, it's not for a long period of time, but it has worked for him, so he keeps going back to that well. It's kind of a habit of athletes. Once something works for you, once you see that it's possible, you'll start like chipping away at that. As where some of the other matches tonight, we saw what wasn't working for them, so they were making those adjustments.
Wow.
We now head towards overtime.
Yeah, a real treat for all the technicians watching right now, as an absolute chess match unfolding between two of the Midwest's finest grapplers and most active at the highest of levels in Hayden Buckner, who he himself a sub-spectrum state champion in 2024.
Perkins chooses guard and immediately goes to high guard.
Right to rubber guard. Potentially looking to clear the head and shoulder there is Perkins. As you look,
He's trying to get his shin in front of the head of his opponent.
now should he get that to the front knee, there are his options. Whether they be go-go platas or omoplatas. It was the omoplata he went for, but when you're this sweaty and you're just as talented as Hayden Buckner, it's going to be a very difficult submission to cinch up.
We need a submission attempt here, Hayden.
A strong attempt, though, for Kyle Perkins here in OT, as he now looks to lace up a leg.
I like the sense of urgency.
Great job using the butterfly hook to create just enough elevation, as Buckner now looking to pass with the cross step to the hip.
I'd like to see that same sense of urgency from Buckner. He needs to start just kind of going for it at this point.
With under 90 seconds remaining here, it is imperative that both of these guys leave it all out there. We have seen submission attempts from Perkins in this added period, but now we see Buckner having some success, and it's a potential buggy
up
choke.
a buggy. Buckner doing the right thing, trying to put pressure on the throat of Perkins, but Perkins is staying tight. He knows this is his opportunity.
Oh, it's almost time for Perkins to teach us how to buggy, but sliding out was Hayden Buckner.
Good one.
I like that shin-to-shin situation that, I was talking about Perkins, but it was Buckner sitting back for a leg lock of his own. Nice butterfly sweep there by Perkins. Such an active guard for Perkins. Wow, what a fantastic matchup. These two could easily be thorns in each other's side for a long time to come. This may have been a rematch, but they could very easily
They're gonna
see
meet
each other
again. Come on.
many a times in the future. Now, with as closely contested as it was,
Fans, your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Kyle Perkins.
Kyle Perkins evens the score as he and Buckner are now 1-1.
Let's give a round of applause to his opponent, Hayden Buckner.
How about that? Kyle Perkins takes the opportunity to shine some of the light back at the man responsible for putting this all together. The man that put a black belt around his waist for the very first time, none other than Jeff Big Frog Curran.
In Crystal Lake.